bayou swamp and over the sea. We're heading down to Saint Denis. If your wagon is broke, get to the blacksmith shop. Don't worry yourself with planting a crop. The girls are wearing a brand new gown. We're heading to the Saint Denis town. Carpetbaggers, coal miners, and mountain folk, loosen them stirrups and let off that yoke. Pretty young things say, come with me in the parlors and brothels of Saint Denis. The porter is drinking and the whistle just blew. The train's are heading to the land of voodoo. You won't sleep a wink, I can guarantee. Let's go drinking down in Saint Denis. Saloon. The rich and poor and the bourgeoisie, they's all heading down to Saint Denis. France didn't really give us much, left wine and grapes and fancy such and such. Pretend to be French, but can't you see? I'd rather live in Saint Denis. Yes, I'd rather live in Saint Denis. So draw your money, come see your honey in old Saint Denis.
Nice to see you again, mister. Got anything good for me by any chance?
One of the challenges I enjoy these days is to keep Arthur as broke as possible, and to just raise cash when necessary, for weapons or horses, or whatever Arthur needs at the moment. If you are new to this channel, greetings! I'm your friendly neighbor Super Antonio, and please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you would enjoy seeing more of my Red Dead Redemption 2 content.
Mister, I've been trapped down here.
I don't want no part of whatever sick perversion you're engaging in down there.
Personally, I like to avoid treasure maps and gold bars, and save them for large purchases like camp upgrades. For petty cash, I prefer to use loot boxes, because many of the loot boxes in this game will respawn fairly consistently.
You gotta do something, please. He's never gonna let me go.
Which brings us to subscriber Mike LB, who was kind enough to write a very detailed and comprehensive email to me at reddeadsuperantonio@gmail.com. listing every respawnable loot box on Arthur's side of the map. Mike writes, Hello Super Antonio. I have an idea that I think would make a great Free Roam Friday episode. You could roam the entire map and collect loot from all of the replenishing lockboxes. I occasionally do this when I want to enjoy the game, but don't feel like playing missions. I like to take inventory of the amount of money that I start with and figure out how much money I've made once I loot all of the lockboxes and sell all of the items I've looted along the way. This can be done about every in-game week, so it is a good way to source money in the beginning of the game when you don't have much. I choose to leave the gold bars for John, since you lose almost everything you have at the end of Chapter 6, unless you leave it in the Aberdeen Bank. If you do use this idea for a video, can you please shout out Darian and his dad? Thank you for your time. Mike. And thank you, Mike, for all of your hard work and research. Let's do this. The first location is the Broken Wagon. You get some Kentucky bourbon, chewing tobacco, a gold-jointed bracelet, and some ginseng elixir. Note, this is a random gold jewelry drop. You will not get a gold-jointed bracelet every time here. It cycles through a gold watch, a gold necklace, and that elusive gold-jointed bracelet. That being said, you can manipulate this chest by utilizing the old save reload. If you find yourself in dire need of a gold-jointed bracelet, for one reason or another, though it's easy enough to steal one in Saint Denis. Look for ladies with the fanciest hats. And the map. We are between the W and the H of New Hanover. Also note, while Mike has gotten this chest to respawn, I have never had much luck. For me, this has always been a one-time thing, but it may respawn for you. I don't have the latest update. I don't even know what update we are currently up to. Let's move on. Next, we have a mountain climber camp at the top of Twin Stacks Pass. I remember climbing up here just to see the view, and was pleasantly surprised. There's about $70 and a bottle of aged pirate rum. And the map. Triangulate between the N and the E of New Hanover and the N of Twin Stacks Pass. Also note that the cash in your loot boxes may vary, because we have the Elk Antler Trinket, which increases all looted cash by 10%, and that 10% adds up. Above Carmody Dell is a treasure chest and a skeleton. There's a story here, however dead men tell no tales, to quote Johnny Depp. We get 2 small jewelry bags, 2 large jewelry bags, and $40. Not a bad day's work. And the map. We are on the edge of the Cumberland Forest, north of Carmody Dell, on the cliffs. Next up, we have this covered bridge, which would be more at home in Roanoke Ridge. And if you know your East Coast New England architecture, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. At any rate, we have some Kentucky bourbon, some ammo, and a 20. And the map. We are east of the O of the Dakota River, just under that bridge. And then we have the medicine box at the broken door with a couple bucks, a large jewelry bag, and a miracle tonic, which we cannot collect, with Arthur's meager satchel. Here is your map. We are on the other side of the Dakota River, west of the O, and, coincidentally, across from the covered bridge. Not really a coincidence, there are no coincidences in this game. Let's move on. The Death Wagon on the way to Tall Trees also has a loot box. What is the Death Wagon, you may be wondering? Well, friends, I'm glad you asked. There's a wagon here you can investigate. It's on the side of a cliff. Perhaps there is a loot box in here. But then again, perhaps not. The loot box in question is just off the trail before the Death Wagon, and you get some chewing tobacco, $10, and the special bitters pamphlet. Regrettably, today we do not have time to read this pamphlet. And the map. We are south of Owanjila Dam on the east side of the trail, towards tall trees. If we go north towards Cougar Country, we can find another, far less lethal broken wagon with 3 gold nuggets. And the map. We are on the west side of the creek that feeds the lake, perilously close to Cougar Country. This wagon is also a good marker for the red chestnut Arabian.
You're okay.
There he is. We do not have time to get him today. We must not allow one of the prettiest horses in the game to distract us. And the map. We are west of the O of Lake Owanjila. Let's move on. Up north at Barrel Lagoon, you can find another loot box. We have a Miracle Tonic and a couple 20s. And the map. We are between the A and the G on the south shore of Barrel Lagoon. Technically, a lagoon is a stretch of salt water, separated from the sea by a low sandbank or coral reef, to quote Google, and you cannot tell me this is anywhere near saltwater. However, the North American and Australian definition includes a small freshwater lake near a larger lake or river. We have Lake Isabella to the west. Isabella Barrow would be a great alias or username. Let me know if you end up using it. Moving on. Moonstone Pond has a magic end table in the flattened cabin, some random supplies, Kentucky bourbon, and a large jewelry bag. Also note, this was not on Mike's list. This was on my list. It is a bonus. Very consistent. You can thank me later. And the map. The flattened cabin at Moonstone Pond. You can't miss it. Say hello to Biscuit's mom. Next we have my favorite infinite loot box at Dewberry Creek. $25, a couple cigars, and some chewing tobacco. And the map. The old Green Bank Mill ATM at Dewberry Creek. Also note, if you climb this ladder, you can pick up some valerian. Arthur is distracted and wants to try an old-fashioned horse jump.
Yep.
Well done, Morgan. Let's move on.
Yep.
Moving on to the Veterans Homestead. I always feel a little bad rating this location because the veteran is one of Arthur's only friends in the game. However, the veteran has great homeowner's insurance, so he's not really losing anything. Some fine brandy, a gold pocket watch, and $15. Lots of random supplies. And look at this giant spoon. What's that about? Arthur needs to shoot that giant spoon. It was looking at him funny. And the map. O'Crea's run in the Grizzlies. Who was O'Crea? And why was he running? It is a Red Dead mystery. Speaking of the Grizzlies, we have this loot box here that I like to call the Grizzlies Cliff Camp Lockbox. It is a pain to get here and a pain to exit, and really deserves its own video. I will show you an abbreviated version. Start here. Lots of climbing involved. Very hazardous. There's about $70 and a bottle of aged pirate rum. And the map. And then when you're ready to go, just set up camp. You and your horse will be magically transported off the mountain. Let's move on. Fairvale Shanty has an endless gold nugget. Also, some platinum earrings and a platinum watch. There's a cigarette card outside. Slim Grant. I used to be obsessed with those things. And the map. We are north of O'Crea's Run, deep in the Grizzlies. And while you are here, watch out for grizzlies. Moving on to Mattock Pond, way down south in Scarlet Meadows. In this tree stump we have $20, some cans, and the Special Horse Reviver pamphlet. And the map. We are nestled in the sea of Mattock Pond, home of the legendary fox. Ringneck Creek has a loot box by the stone fence just off the tracks. Look for this little stone pyramid. And we have 3 20s. And the map, technically east of Ringneck Creek. Let's move on.
Whoa, easy.
The train tracks at Blue Water Marsh has a chest that probably fell off a train. We get some special medicine gum, the algorithm doesn't like me saying that word, 35 bucks, and some fine brandy. And the map, northeast of the R of Blue Water. This water is not very blue. Just saying. Moving on. McComb's End has a loose floorboard that is worth investigating. $20 and some chewing tobacco. And the map, McComb's End on the Kamasa River. Who was McComb and why did he end up here? So many mysteries in Red Dead Redemption 2. Boulder Glade has a loot box that will involve a little work on your part. We get a platinum band, $10, and a pocket watch. Upstairs, there is a bird nest with a couple bucks and a cigarette card. Amazing inventions. The steam locomotive. And the map. I usually wait until Lenny's mission before I inspect this structure. No reason, it's just what I've always done ever since my first playthrough. Shady Belle also has a couple loot boxes. I'm sure the current residents won't mind you having a look. They are very friendly. You should go here first. This one has some aged pirate rum and $20. And the map. We are above the D of Shady Belle. Don't mind all of those X's. Those fellas are only sleeping. And then we have another one at the family crypt. Tales from the Crypt. $20 and a large jewelry bag. And the map, or Chiza in Japanese. Don't say you never learned anything on this channel. And finally, behind Catfish Jackson's is a surprise. We have some aged pirate rum and $14. And the map, Catfish Jacksons. Watch out for panthers. We ended up back at the old Green Bank ATM, mostly so we could show you our grand total of $1,106.07. That's counting 2 trips to the fence, which we did not show you. Would that it were that easy in real life. Once again, shout out to Darian and his dad Mike for supplying this very comprehensive list. Many thanks, my friends. I get my best ideas from the comments and viewer suggestions. I mean, if it were up to me, this channel would be all about Arthur riding around and playing with the horses. So thank you for the content, and don't spend all of your hard-earned cash in one place. And if you enjoyed this video, consider making a one-time donation to the tip jar by clicking on this handy thanks button. This video is sponsored by viewers like you. I'm Super Antonio. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your views. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for daily Red Dead Redemption 2 content, and we shall meet again further on down the trail.
Hey, you're okay, girl.
No wine in there, Arthur Morgan.
Shut up. I'll make you whine.